It was my first day of community college, and to be honest, I didn't know what to expect. The classes I signed up for all seemed pretty cool, and the people in them too. It was nice seeing people try to better themselves, but goddamn, some of these niggas were stupid as hell. I'm not hating, but I wish I would have tried a little harder in high school. While all my friends were banging hoes left and right at State University, I was chilling with Kevin the mailman and 3 or 4 middle-aged fat chicks. The teacher decided we should introduce ourselves and get to know each other better. He then broke us off into groups of 3, and we had to play 20 questions. I was paired with a girl named Tisha, and an older man. According to him, his name was Nighthawk. Nighthawk was the one assigned to ask the first set of questions, and I'll be honest, this nigga was fucking weird. He asked if he could write down the questions and have one of us read them aloud, because he suffered from crippling performance anxiety, and he wasn't trying to embarrass himself on the first day of class. Me and Tisha agreed, and we traded off reading his questions. The first was very bland. He asked what my favorite color was. I answered, then Tisha said, "How about you spice it up, Nighthawk? No softballs here." He looked confused about the metaphor she used, so I better elaborated. Just make the questions interesting. He agreed and said he liked the idea. He then wrote down who was the hottest Jonas brother. Being a male, I deferred to Tisha, and she said Nick, hands down. Nighthawk responded, "Girl, please," and he tried to plead his case for Kevin. We shared a few laughs, and then he asked the next question. He looked nervous as he passed it on to Tisha. Her face went from happy to very confused. She cleared her throat and asked the question, "Have you ever had sex with a jar of peanut butter? And if yes, how many times?" I jokingly answered 4, and quickly Nighthawk called me an amateur. He bragged that he was pushing easily 200 to 300, and I immediately explained that I was just kidding around, and I would never have sex with a jar of peanut butter. He looked very embarrassed and said, "Oh yeah, me too. I was just joking, man." He seemed to be coming out of his shell more and more, and his questions only got weirder. He asked if my mom was single and what her cup size was. He also asked Tisha if she's ever had an STD. We both felt extremely uncomfortable, but this nigga Nighthawk looked like the type of motherfucker to bring a gun to school, so we just endured the torment. We made it to 16 and shit was getting crazy. He wrote down his question and requested I ask it to Tisha. I read aloud the question and it said, "Would you fuck Nighthawk? Like if you were drunk and shit just popped off." His eyes were dead set on Tisha, and she nervously lied and said she was a lesbian. But Nighthawk, not fooled, simply said, "Bitch, answer the goddamn question." She then said it would have to be a hard no, because Nighthawk looked like Jack Black and he was semi-balding. Nighthawk obviously looked angered, but luckily for us he didn't lose his cool. He then looked at me and asked if I agreed with her observation about him looking like Jack Black, and I said, "Well, yeah, kind of, bruh." He told me I was obviously an idiot, and he looked back at Tisha and said, "You too, bitch." We told him to calm down and not to lose his cool again or we wouldn't be playing anymore. He apologized and then wrote down his next question. "Do I look like a rapist?" I read aloud. "And be honest." Tisha responded, "Well, yes. You are creepy as fuck, Nighthawk. I bet low-key you be on that Bill Cosby shit." And I started to laugh. Nighthawk shot me a pissed-off look and asked me what I thought was so funny. I told him I was just thinking about an episode of South Park and to chill out. He ignored my response and wrote down his next question. "Do I make either of you remotely horny?" We knew it was time to get help, so we grabbed all the questions and turned them into the teacher. Nighthawk then leaped upon his desk and screamed, "You fucking Benedict Arnold faggots," and then he ripped his shirt in half like Hulk Hogan. We told him to calm down and he said no. He was going to ejaculate on everyone, and it was our fault. He then began to unzip his pants, when luckily campus security came in and subdued him. They beat the dog piss out of him, and then drug him out. Nighthawk was screaming all crazy and shit, and everybody was freaking out, so they canceled classes for the rest of the day. I got my grades up and transferred to State University not too long after. Even though Nighthawk was expelled, I still didn't want to run into anyone like him. Nighthawk, let's not meet again. But if we do, we're definitely not playing fucking 20 questions, and you're gonna keep your fucking distance.